All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 7353, State of Texas versus Ramon Brooks. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Claire Morris.
For the defense?
James DeWiggins.
And are you Mr. Brooks?
Yes, I am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
None.
Mr. Brooks, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft from person, a state jail felony.
Any objections?
No objection.
Did you understand that what you're charged with is theft from a person as a state jail felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, that was understood.
Did you understand the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, that was understood.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
All right, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. I'm going to show you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, that page was reviewed with my attorney.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft from a person, $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there is to be no contact with Mr. Ice Cream Shop, SHOPPE, and no contact with Cynthia Gutierrez. Did you understand that to be the agreement?
Yes, that is understood, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the agreement?
It is.
State, is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 80 hours of community service, restitution, and a MIC-MILF evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Mr. Brooks?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
All right. Did you understand that?
Yes, I did understand.
Right, then to the offense as, well, to the lesser included offense of theft from a person as a state jail felony, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I plead no contest, Your Honor.
State, any evidence to support the plea?
For states one and attachments, Judge.
Any objections?
No objection.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client, Mr. DeWiggins?
Yes, Your Honor. At the time this occurred, he was homeless. He just had hit rock bottom, was desperate. He wasn't under the influence of any intoxicants at the time. He just simply was at his wit's end and desperate for money, and that's just when this event occurred. And he's shown remorse to me for it. And in my dealings with him, it's clear to me that this seems to have been a one-off situation, and I do believe he will be successful in deferred adjudication.
All right, Mr. Brooks, do you have a place to live?
Yes, ma'am.
Who are you going to be living with?
I will be living with a friend of mine from high school, and he'll be allowing me to stay with him as long as I come up with some funds for roommating per month.
Okay, where are your relatives?
My relatives may have moved to Atlanta, Georgia this summer, but on behalf of my own, I need to contact them to get to be in touch, but they were planning to move this summer.
Well, did they let you know when they will be leaving?
Yes, it was this June of 2021.
Well, is the plan for you to go with them or are you staying behind in San Antonio?
I'm staying behind in San Antonio.
What do you have here? Why are you staying behind?
I want to continue my culinary skills, and also I'm interested in modeling as well, but culinary more so to start my own business.
When's the last time you were employed?
I was employed last year. I was working for a company, Costa Solutions.
It's okay.
This is a company behind HEB. This is a warehouse company, and I work for them.
All right. Have you ever been diagnosed with any type of mental health issues?
No, never been tested for.
And I always tell people there's no shame in that. I don't know why people feel ashamed by that. You know, whenever you need help, you need help. The key is getting help. Okay. Have you ever used drugs before?
Yes, ma'am. For a very short time.
What drugs have you used?
Marijuana occasionally is the only drug I use.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. And Mr. DeWiggins, if you can write this down and make sure the probation officer gets it. Let her know that he's going to be on deferred adjudication for theft from a person as a state jail felony. 3 years deferred adjudication. $1,000 fine, probated. No contact with Mr. Ice Cream Shop, that's SHOPPE. No contact with Cynthia Gutierrez. Proof of employment within 20 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. MIC evaluation. Out of custody. Random field
The
visits.
best of my logic, so to say, I need to be more.
1 time per
I
month.
need to be more thoughtful as far as my actions goes. That's all.
Regular UAs.
Maybe
Mr. Brooks, I'll allow you to report by Zoom, but if you can't report by Zoom, it needs to be in person.
Yes, ma'am.
80 hours of community service restitution.
me
If you obtain the COVID vaccine or have the vaccine and provide proof, the court will deduct 40 of those hours.
not do it at all.
I'm not forcing anyone to do the vaccine. It's completely voluntary, but if you do it, 40 hours will be deducted from your community service restitution.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful, Mr. Brooks?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record, Mr. Brooks. Throughout your life, you need to realize that many things can happen if you try to steal from someone. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if there's a problem, you can go to Salvation Army, you can go to Sam's, you can go to churches. People will help you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Boyd.
Court is calling 2021 CR 7353, State of Texas versus Ramon Brooks. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Thomas Beck for defendant.
Are you Mr. Brooks?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brooks, I'm showing you was entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, just a moment.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
All right. Are you the same Ramon Brooks who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 7353 for the offense of theft from person on September 10th, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, I am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 43 on or about the 14th day of April 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Ramon Brooks, did in there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Correction Department's duly diagnosed residential facility. That the defendant has refused to participate in the DBRF program services in violation of condition number 43.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 43, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes,
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 43?
I still plead true.
All right. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
It is to adjudicate guilt and revoke his community supervision, sentence him to 18 months in the state jail facility.
Is that the agreement?
That is the agreement, Your Honor. We would ask for credit for time served.
All right, Mr. Brooks, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record, please.
Ramon Brooks.
All right, Mr. Brooks, why are you not participating in DDRF?
So my reason was to come back and explain to you that probation was not going to be the best for me because of my conditions outside of jail. They aren't the best of conditions as far as me being homeless and without any credentials.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm working with state officials to try and get my stuff back. Fortunately, I didn't have enough time before I was revoked on probation. So I was sent back, and that's why I came back from the program to explain to you that probation there might be something else besides probation that you can see.
All right, so what is your mental health diagnosis?
I'm under psychiatric medication as well. I have a history for that. So.
Do you know what medications you're on or what you're taking them for?
Yes,
What are you taking them for?
for anxiety, schizophrenia, I was told that I had, and those two are the main ones. Bipolar come into.
All right, so where is your family?
My family live here now. They just moved, but they came back. First, I couldn't reach them, but now I can have reach of them. So that's a good thing.
All right, so what's your relationship with your family?
My relationship, my status is a good status.
And is your family going to help you with regards to your medications and making sure that you're seeing a psychiatrist?
Yes, yes, they will.
All right, and which your family members, who's here now?
My mother never met my father. Stepfather's been there since I was a child.
All right, I will tell you, state defense with regards to your agreement, this is my concern. My concern is he has mental health issues and they're not being addressed. And he's telling me that his diagnosis is schizophrenia, bipolar. And so what I'm anticipating happening is if I sentence him to 18 months, I don't know how much time he has in, but he's going to go to the state jail facility if he doesn't have his completed time done. They're going to put him wherever they're going to put him. And if he doesn't take his meds at the facility, there's going to be a case that's going to be issued where they're going to have to file motions to have a judge order that he take his medication. And then he's going to be released from the state jail facility because nobody's going to hold him at the state jail facility because he's unstable. And he's going to be released back into society without his medications, without anything. And then we're going to be back here, maybe not in my court, Mr. Brooks, but maybe in somebody else's court for a new case. So I understand that he wasn't following rules at DDRF. Probation, do you know what specific rules, or does anybody know the specific rules he wasn't following at DDRF?
Your Honor, from those, it is stating that he demanded to leave. He said that he no longer wanted to remain in the program and wanted to, he was ready to do whatever it was necessary to leave.
All right, so Mr. Brooks, it appears to the court that you are competent, but you have to look at the big picture. And it seems to the court that you're trying to take the path of least resistance, like the path that's quickest for you. But I can tell you what's going to end up happening is once you get off your medications, which more likely than not you will, because you're going to be like, I'm feeling great, I don't need these medications. You're going to stop taking those. And if you commit another offense, who knows where you're going to be, who knows what it's going to be, and you may end up in prison for a long time. We just had someone here in this court for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And you know what their problem was? The state hospital released them when they should not have released them. And now they're doing, I think 13 or 12 years at the prison now. So in the court's eyes, you should not be just going to the state jail facility, then getting out, because you're not going to be prepared. So if you want, I can follow this agreement and sentence you to the 18 months, or I can see about getting you some treatment, which is what you need. You need treatment for your mental health issues. Mental health issues are just like any other issue that people have, be it cancer, be it, diabetes or whatever it may be. I don't consider people who have mental health issues, I don't consider it's their fault. It's not, oh, let me go to the grocery store. I'm going to pick up some mental health issues on aisle 4. I don't believe that, but you need help. And you're trying to take the path of least resistance, because your whole thing is, I need to get my ID. You'll be able to get your ID. You don't need your ID at DDRF. And that's where I'm sending you. You're going back there and you're going to follow through on everything. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to keep my eye on you, because I'm going to make sure that I get updates.
Does he qualify for the same program again?
Yes, I'm going to ask that he be re-referred.
And we would certainly hope that you would not find him guilty and leave him on deferred. He's not a convicted felon.
No, I'm not going to find him guilty. You're going to go back to DDRF, okay? And here's the thing. I'm sending you back there and I'm going to expect you to actively participate. Do you understand? If there's an issue with you and you say you're working on your ID or something of that nature, guess what? Probation has programs that can help you get your identification. But you don't need your identification at DDRF, because they know it's you, because I'm telling them it's you and you have your SIT number.
The whole reason I came back was to refuse, is because I refused the program, but it was because I didn't want to get into probation with all the problems I had on outside of jail. I tried probation for the first time and I thought that it would work out, but it didn't exactly work out my way. So I wanted to do it.
No, explain. Here's the thing. You say that when you get out, you don't want to be on probation and have the issues you have on the outside, right?
Yes.
If I send you to prison and you get out, you're still going to have those same issues on the outside. The only issues that's not going to be there is the supervision, which I'm not inclined to release you on probation, because you haven't done anything. You haven't been successful on this probation at all. And I'm sympathetic and empathetic to the fact that there are some mental health issues here, but it's not going to be me sympathetic and empathetic towards you and giving you something less than. You understand? So what's going to happen is I'm denying this motion. You're going back to DDRF. If there's a problem with your identification or there's a problem with some of your living arrangements, you let us know. And probation, see if you can refer him to felony drug court as well, because I know they have dual diagnosis. And felony drug court, if they accept you, they'll be able to help you with your identification. They'll be able to help you with housing. They'll be able to help you with all of that.
Okay.
But I'm not going to give you the easy way out. And then guess what? If you come back and you haven't followed the court's instructions, I will hear arguments for both sides, but I will tell you the state and your counsel in all these probation cases, they come up with agreements. And sometimes I follow those agreements, sometimes I don't. But I want you to realize the agreements that they come up with, I don't have to follow. The contract you have for probation is with the court. It is not with your attorney and it's not with the state. You understand? So I'm denying the motion. You're going back to DDRF, or either you're going to felony drug court. The end.
Okay.
All right. I'm doing this to help you so that nobody will see you back in a criminal court again. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Brooks. So I'm going to deny the motion, altering amend conditions to referral to DDRF and felony drug court. That'll be while in custody. And I'm going to make a notation on the docket sheet that you need help with your identification. Is that it? Probation, can you let probation know that he needs help obtaining his identification? And if felony drug court accepts you, let them know that you need help obtaining your identification and they'll make sure you get it.
Okay, and so with this, that means I'll be continuing probation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, we're going to go back on the record on Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks, come on down. So do y'all want them brought in at the same time?
I'm fine with that.
Yes. Hi.
Hello, good.
All right, we're calling back 2021 CR 7353, State of Texas versus Ramon Brooks. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Thomas Beck.
All right, Mr. Beck, your client is refusing to sign the conditions. He would prefer to go into custody and just do his time. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And so, defense, are you asking for a new trial with regards to the defendant's sentence?
Yes, Judge.
Any objection, state?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then the new trial will be granted with regards to the motion to revoke only. Are you the same Ramon Brooks, who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 7353 for the offense of theft from a person on September 10th, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes,
State?
Ramon Brooks.
Sorry, Judge.
Oh, here you are, state.
I didn't know we had to redo it.
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
Violated condition number 43 on or about the 14th day of April 2023 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Ramon Brooks did then and there fail to comply with the rules and regulations or instructions of the Bear County Community Supervision and Corrections Department's duly diagnosed residential facility. And that the defendant has refused to participate in the DDRF program services in violation condition number 43.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation in condition number 43, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to $10,000 fine and 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes,
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation 43?
yes,
Court will find violation of condition number 43 true. Court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. The court will sentence you to a $10,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. Give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Mr. Ice Cream Shop
yes, ma'am. And Cynthia.
and no
Gutierrez.
contact with Cynthia Gutierrez. All right, good luck to you. When you're released, you need to seek treatment.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Boyd.